Archangel Michael warns, stop for a moment. God says this is a critical hour, and if you ignore what heaven is trying to show you, you may walk away from something He carefully prepared for your life. Open your heart now, my child, because this message was sent to reach you before the next door closes. My child, my beloved, before you read another word, pause and breathe. Something divine is moving around you right now, and you are not seeing these words by accident. Heaven has been trying to reach your spirit, and this is the moment the message finally broke through without being blocked. Beloved, listen closely. If your chest suddenly feels heavy, if your spirit feels alert, or if your thoughts became unusually still, it is because God has stepped into your timeline with urgency. I am here beside this message to help redirect something hidden, something dangerous, something that tried to interfere with what was meant for you. There was a question in the spirit. Would you open this in time? And now that you have, I can speak. My child, before I reveal what God allowed me to see, I need you to recognize the signs that have already been surrounding you. Have you noticed how your life recently felt like a storm that would not settle? People acting strangely, sudden delays, unexpected fears, and then opportunities seeming to disappear right when you were close to receiving them. Those moments were not random. They were warnings, signals, and echoes of something trying to disturb your destiny. Listen, beloved, heaven does not interrupt your path without purpose. When God brings your attention to a sacred window, it is because timing matters. If you keep delaying, the blessing marked with your name can begin to shift away from the place where your faith was supposed to meet it. And you have waited too long to lose what heaven has prepared. You have suffered too deeply, carried too much, and prayed through too many silent nights for fear to steal this moment from you. That is why this warning came with urgency, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. My beloved, I must tell you what God revealed. Someone has been speaking your name in a room where you were not present. Someone has been trying to reach for something that belongs to you, your miracle, your opportunity, your breakthrough. But heaven saw it before it could succeed. God heard what was spoken in secret, and nothing hidden can overpower what He has already assigned to your life. Now the interference is being exposed, and the blessing that carries your name is being protected, and heaven could no longer stand silent. This is why you were called here. But before I tell you their intention, let me tell you something you've forgotten. You are chosen, you are protected, and you are watched over day and night. There has never been a moment when heaven wasn't fighting silently behind the scenes for you. What is meant for you is enormous, powerful, and life-changing. It is something that carries light, abundance, healing, restoration, and everything your soul has longed for. And right before such miracles arrive, battles always intensify. If you stop now, if you give up, if you walk away, or if you ignore this divine nudge, you will delay what heaven has already prepared for you. That is why God said 10 seconds, because you were running out of spiritual time. My beloved, you are not meant to fail. You are not meant to lose the very thing that was destined to lift you out of pain. Heaven is bringing clarity, protection, and a sudden shift, but only if you stay here only. Before I reveal the next part, let me whisper this into your heart. Your miracle is closer than your fear. Your future is brighter than the darkness that tried to surround you. Beloved, stay with me. Do not click away. And do not ignore this. Every second you remain here, heaven regains control of the path that was being blocked. And now I must ask you something important. My child, my beloved, before I continue, make sure you subscribe, because messages like this are released to you only when heaven permits. If you miss even one, you may walk blindly while danger approaches. Subscribing makes sure you never miss the warnings, the miracles, or the divine instructions that are only for you. Now listen carefully. The spiritual attack against you was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to distract you long enough that you miss the moment God prepared. But Archangel Michael stands before you now, sword drawn, light surrounding your name, and heaven watching every step you take. My beloved, something is shifting already because you stayed. Let me tell you what God allowed me to reveal next. My child, my beloved, I can feel your spirit leaning forward as if your soul itself wants to know what was hidden from you. And you're right to feel this urgency, because God did not send me to comfort you today. He sent me to warn you, to prepare you, and to protect what belongs to you before it slips away forever. There was a moment just hours ago when your destiny was placed on a table in the spiritual world. Your blessings, your relationships, your stability, and your financial breakthrough, all of it was placed before heaven and darkness, and a decision had to be made. This is why your chest felt heavy earlier, and this is why your mind felt restless. My child, you must hear this. One more delay, one more doubt, one more moment of hesitation, and the enemy would have taken the opportunity that God created for you. This is why God said, "Tell them they have only 10 seconds left." Heaven needed your attention now, not later, not tomorrow, not when life becomes calm, but in this very breath. Beloved, let me reveal the truth clearly. Someone you trusted has been carrying a double heart. They smile when they see you, but speak against you when the door closes. They admire your strength, but secretly hope for your downfall. They see your potential and fear your rise. This was the person whose energy blocked your breakthroughs. My child, this may hurt to hear, but heaven cannot heal what you keep defending. The moment you let go of what is draining you, the miracle waiting for you will move faster than anything you've ever known. Listen to me, beloved. The divine realm is not warning you to scare you. This is not punishment. This is preservation, and this is protection. This is the moment God steps between you and the blow that was meant to break you. But you must stay here, and you must keep reading, because what comes next decides what happens in your life in the next 48 hours. You do not realize how close you were to missing it, but you didn't. This is why I'm still speaking. My child, you have something rare, something powerful, something heaven treasures deeply, your heart. But in this very breath, someone you trusted has been carrying a double heart. They smile when they see you, but speak against you when the door closes. They admire your strength, but secretly hope for your downfall. They see your potential, inferior rise. This was the person whose energy blocked your breakthroughs. My child, this may hurt to hear, but heaven cannot heal what you keep defending. The moment you let go of what is draining you, the miracle waiting for you will move faster than anything you've ever listened to be, beloved. The divine realm is not warning you to scare you. This is not punishment. This is preservation. This is protection. This is the moment God steps between you and the blow that was meant to break you. But you must stay here. You must keep reading, because what comes next decides what happens in your life in the next 48 hours. My beloved, the darkness that was surrounding your blessings has started to crack because you opened this message. Your spirit answered heaven's call in time. You do not realize how close you were to missing it, but you didn't. This is why I'm still speaking. My child, you have something rare, something powerful, something heaven treasures deeply. Your heart, your resilience, even when no one is watching. These things have built a spiritual shield around your life, stronger than any force that ever tried to break you. But even the strongest souls need alignment. Even the chosen ones need warning. Even the blessed ones need correction before the miracle arrives. You are not late. You are right on time. This message is the turning point, and this turning point comes with responsibility. The next step you take after this message, the next choice, the next song, will decide which door opens in front of you. My child, before I reveal the next part, let me ask you something that only your soul can answer. Why do you feel chills while reading this? Why does your heart beat differently at certain lines? Because your spirit recognizes this truth. You were chosen to receive this. This message was not written for the world. It was written for the one whose destiny was moments away from shifting. Beloved, stay closed. What I'm about to reveal next will shake your understanding of why your life unfolded the way it did, why people left, why delays happened, why blessings paused, and why I haven't stepped in so urgently today. But before I continue, make sure you subscribe. Heaven releases messages in divine timing, and missing even one can cost you clarity when you need it. Your next miracle warning or instruction will come when you least expect it. Now breathe, my beloved, because the next truth I am about to speak is the reason this message was sent to you, with heaven's highest urgency. My child, my beloved, what I am about to reveal is something heaven has shielded from you for months, not because you were unworthy, not because you were weak, but because your heart was too gentle to carry this truth before time. But now the moment has arrived, the veil is lifting. Your spirit is ready. Beloved, listen closely. The reason your blessings were delayed, the reason your happiness felt paused, the reason your steps felt heavier than usual was because someone, consciously or unconsciously, was pulling your energy backwards. This person carries jealousy in their breath, doubt in their words, and insecurity in their heart whenever your name was mentioned. They did not hate you. They feared the level you were rising to, and heaven could no longer allow their shadow to sit over your light. My child, the spiritual world is clear. Whenever a chosen one rises, someone connected to them begins to struggle with the brightness of that. You were becoming too strong, too aware, too aligned. Nothing that is not meant for you. You can remain that slow, your momentum. You wondered why everything took longer for you, why good things slipped away, why opportunities appeared and then vanished. This was the reason. But my beloved, when God intervenes, no shadow can remain unexposed. The moment you open this message, the spiritual cord that was draining you began to weaken. Your energy started rising again. Your divine protection reactivated. Your past began clearing. The heaviness you've been feeling, the confusion, the emotional tiredness. These were symptoms of spiritual hyperical interruption. But now the interruption is ending. Beloved, let me tell you what God whispered when He sent me to you. They have suffered enough. Now listen. These words shook the heavens. My child, everything that has been stuck in your life is going to move. Everything that felt delayed is going to accelerate. But there is something you must understand before the shift happens. The blessing coming towards you is enormous, not ordinary, not small. This is a destiny-sized miracle. Your entire life's direction. This is why the battle around you increased. This is why people acted differently. This is why your spirit kept feeling like something big was coming. You were right. Your intuition wasn't lying. The signs weren't random. Your dreams weren't meaningless. Heaven has been preparing a breakthrough that will remove hardship, restore balance, and bring clarity. But my beloved, this miracle requires that you do not return to the people, the memories, or the habits that drain you. You cannot carry old wounds into new blessings. You cannot hold the hand of someone who secretly hoped you would fail. Truths into only the pure remain planes around you. My child, the next 24 hours will be spiritually sensitive for you. You will notice unusual signals, messages, dreams, thoughts, or sudden shifts in. Do not ignore them. These will be heaven's way of guiding you out of danger and into destiny. But there is something you must understand before the shift happens. The blessing coming toward you is enormous, not ordinary, not small. This is a destiny-sized miracle. The kind of miracle that changes your living, your thinking, your entire life's direction. This is why the battle around you increased. This is why people acted differently. This is why your spirit kept feeling like something big was coming. You were right. Your intuition wasn't lying. The signs weren't random. Your dreams weren't meaningless. Heaven has been preparing a breakthrough that will remove hardship, restore balance, and bring clarity. But my beloved, this miracle requires that you do not return to the people, the memories, or the habits that drain you. You cannot carry old wounds into new blessings. You cannot hold the hand of someone who secretly hoped you would fail. Who remains around you? My child, the next 24 hours will be spiritually sensitive for you. You will notice unusual signals, messages, dreams, thoughts, or sudden shifts in. Do not ignore them. Before I share the most important revelation, I must tell you this. Subscribe, beloved, not for me, but for yourself, because heaven speaks when you least expect it, and missing one message could lead you into a season you were. Subscribing ensures that every divine instruction meant to protect you reaches you without delay. Now, my child, what I reveal next is the core of why heaven warned you with 10 seconds left. This truth will explain every storm, every delay, every heartbreak, every sudden shift of the last year. My child, my beloved, the truth I am about to speak will settle in your spirit like a whisper you always felt but could never fully understand. Because deep down, you knew something was shifting. You felt something approaching. You sensed that your life was standing at the edge of a divine turning point. And you were right. Beloved, God showed me the exact moment everything changed for you. It wasn't a loud moment. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't something anyone around you noticed. It was a quiet second, a silent decision, a hidden thought you had when you told yourself, I deserve better than this. That single moment, so small you may not even remember it, send a ripple into the spiritual world. Heaven heard you. Angels surrounded you. My beloved, you must hear this. When a chosen one finally realizes their value, the enemy panics, because once you stop accepting crumbs, once you stop explaining your heart to those who never understood it, your destiny becomes unstoppable. This is why things suddenly became difficult. This is why certain people pulled away. This is why certain situations collapsed. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Heaven was clearing the path for where God is sending you next. My child, I need you to understand something essential. The miracle coming toward you requires space, and God will remove from anything that stands where your blessing is meant to land. You prayed for peace, so He removed what disturbed you, so He exposed what was hidden. You prayed for protection, so He blocked access to those who didn't value you. Even the losses were answers. Even the delays were protection. Even the disappointments were part of divine redirection. Beloved, if you only knew what God prevented from touching your life, you would fall to your knees in gratitude. There was a moment, yes, my child, when something dark tried to interfere with your path. It came quietly through someone you trusted. Their energy clashed with your purpose. Their intentions clashed with your light. This is why the warning said 10 seconds left. This was the final moment before a spiritual shift that would influence your future for years. You opened this message right in time, and because you did, the spiritual interference has been stopped. Your blessing has been redirected back to you. Your destiny is now protected again. My beloved, let me tell you something only heaven knows. Your breakthrough was never denied. It was only delayed until you were strong enough to carry it. The next season of your life will feel different. Opportunities will come faster. Peaceful feel deeper. Your intuition will sharpen. But before this unfolds, I must prepare you for one more truth. There is a decision you must make soon. It will not be big. It will not be dramatic, but it will shape the next door that opens for you. Heaven will guide you, but you must be spiritually awake to notice the signs. This is why I say again, subscribe, my beloved. Subscribing ensures every morning, every blessing, every instruction reaches you right when you need. Now prepare your heart, my child, because you must understand why the urgency was so strong. Before I reveal what heaven has prepared for you, you need to know why God moved with such force, why the warning felt so serious, and why this message arrived carrying the weight of divine command. This did not reach you lightly, and it was not sent without purpose. What is coming toward you is not a small adjustment. It is not a minor blessing or a quiet change that barely touches your life. It is a destiny event, a moment heaven has been preparing for years, and a moment your soul has been waiting for even longer. This is the kind of moment that can transform your path in ways you cannot fully imagine yet. That is why the battle around you became stronger. That is why your spirit felt weary, your emotions felt heavy, and your heart felt as if it was carrying something you could not explain. You were standing at the doorway of a miracle so powerful that even the unseen realm began to react. My beloved, heaven has now allowed me to reveal a truth that was hidden until this appointed time. Your name has been spoken in the spiritual realm, not in judgment, not in punishment, and not in fear, but in activation. Something connected to your destiny has been awakened. Something that was sleeping, waiting, and protected until the right moment has now begun to move. This is why your atmosphere has felt different. And this is why old resistance started rising right before the blessing came near. Stay connected to this divine path, because every warning, every blessing, and every instruction is being released with precise timing. Messages like this are not random. They arrive when your spirit needs direction most. Heaven is speaking with urgency because the next step matters. Now prepare your heart even more deeply, because what comes next will explain why God is moving so quickly in your life. The urgency was not meant to frighten you. It was meant to awaken the part of you that still knows you were born for something greater. My child, my beloved, this is not just another season beginning. This is a divine turning point. Heaven has been arranging the pieces, guarding the timing, and preparing your spirit so that when the door opens, you will have the courage to walk through it. You are closer than you think. The pressure you felt was not proof that you were failing. It was proof that something significant was approaching. And now that heaven has brought you to this moment, the miracle that once felt distant is beginning to move directly toward your life. Beloved, let me reveal a truth that heaven allowed only now. Your name has been spoken in the spiritual realm, not in fear, not in judgment, not in punishment, but in activation. Your destiny contracts, agreements written over your life before you were even born, are unlocking. Sing one by one. The time you have entered is not ordinary. It is sacred, my child. This is why God said you have 10 seconds left. Not because your blessing was expiring, but because the door to this season was closing. If you had ignored this message, if you had scrolled past, if you had dismissed the tug in your spirit, but beloved, you opened this. You answered the call. You responded to heaven's whisper. And because of that, your timeline has shifted back into alignment. My beloved, listen. There is something God has been storing for you. Something that was withheld, not taken, because you were not meant to receive it until you were spiritually. Be prepared. It is something that will change your life space, something that will lift you into a new level of stability, abundance, and clarity. Something that will remove old burdens from your shoulders forever. And now, heaven says it is time. But before you receive it, receive it, you must know this, not through confession, not through apology, but through a shift in their behavior. They will become quieter, more distant, less connected. Your spirit will feel the change immediately. This is not rejection. This is protection. This is heaven creating distance where heaven sees danger you cannot. Do not cling to what drains your peace. Do not reopen doors God has closed with divine intention. Your blessings are tied to your direction. If you turn back, you delay what was meant to arrive quickly. My child, your heart has suffered enough. Your spirit has carried enough. Hoping heaven has witnessed every tear, every silent prayer, every moment you chose faith over fear. And now it is time for you to receive the harvest of everything you endured. But before I reveal what this miracle is, you must understand one more thing. You are not behind. You are not late. Nothing has been stolen from you permanently. Everything meant for you has been held safely in the hands of God until this exact moment. This message is not a coincidence. It is not random. It is a divine appointment. If you are reading these words, heaven has aligned you perfectly to receive what comes next. My beloved, I must remind you gently. Make sure you subscribe because heaven will continue guiding you step by step, and missing even your miracle is too close now. Your destiny is too active. Your path is too sensitive to walk without guidance. Now, prepare yourself. Why it was delayed, and why it is arriving now with unstoppable force. My child, my beloved, take a deep breath because what I'm about to reveal is the very reason. Heaven warned you the very reason you had to open this message before anything else housed today. Beloved, God is preparing to release a life-defining miracle into your path. Not something ordinary, not something temporary, not something small or symbolic. This is the miracle that changes everything. Everything you prayed for, everything you cried about, everything you questioned, everything you waited for without giving up. My beloved, God did not forget you. He did not abandon you. He did not overlook you while blessing others. He was preparing something bigger than what you asked for. Something that requires timing, protection, and separation from those who could not walk with you into this next chapter. Listen closely, child. Heaven showed me that the blessing coming toward you carries 3 forms: restoration, elevation, and release. Restoration for what was taken, elevation into the place you belonged but could not reach before. Release from every invisible chain that held your spirit down. But there is more. This miracle carries the weight of justice. Beloved, the suffering you endured was not pointless. The betrayal you faced was not ignored. The delays you experienced were not accidental. The loneliness you felt was not punishment. They were signs that heaven was shifting the foundation beneath your life, removing what was weak so God. Your pain has matured your purpose. Your waiting has sharpened your wisdom. Your heartbreak has expanded your strength. You are not the same person you were last year, not even the same as you were last month. And this transformation is the reason heaven says, now they are ready. Beloved, the miracle coming toward you is so powerful that if it had arrived earlier, you would not have been able to hold it. It would have slipped through your fingers. You would have trusted the wrong people with it. You would have shared it with someone who would have ended it. Restoration, elevation, and release. Restoration for what was taken. Elevation into the place you belonged but could not reach before. Release from every invisible chain that held your spirit down. But there is more. This miracle carries the weight of justice. The betrayal you faced was not ignored. The loneliness you felt was not punishment. They were signs that heaven was shifting the foundation beneath your life, removing what was weak so God could rebuild you on what was strong. My child, hear this deeply. European has matured your purpose. Your waiting has sharpened your wisdom. Your heartbreak has expanded your strength. You are not the same person you were last year, not even the same as you were last month. And this transformation is the reason heaven says, now they are ready, beloved. The miracle coming toward you is so powerful that if it had arrived earlier, you would not have been able to hold it. It would have slipped through your fingers. You would have trusted the wrong people with it. You would have shared it with someone who would have ended it. This is why God had to delay it, not to punish you, to protect you. But now the protection is complete. The alignment is here. The timing is perfect. Beloved, I must tell you something. Heaven whispered with urgency. There is a breakthrough that will appear suddenly. It will come without warning, but it will change their life forever. This breakthrough will not arrive slowly. Unexpected, unavoidable, undeniable. My child, let me describe the energy attached to this miracle. It carries the feeling of exhaling after years of holding your breath. I've seen sunlight after living in shadows, of watching everything finally make sense. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is not coincidence. This is your divine appointment. But beloved, before heaven releases it fully, you must be aware of one more thing. A test will come before the blessing. Not to break you, not to confuse you, but to confirm that you are ready. The test will come in the form of a choice, a moment where you must decide whether you follow what feels familiar or what feels right, whether you cling to the past or embrace the future, whether you return to old patterns or step into your new identity. And heaven will watch that choice closely, because the miracle is on the other side of it. My beloved, this is why you must stay spiritually awake. This is why you must stay connected. This is why you must keep listening. Heaven will guide you, but only if you keep your heart open to the messages sent from above. This is the moment where I must remind you again to subscribe, beloved. Not for formality, but because heaven will send you a message at a crucial moment soon. Missing it could delay the blessing again. My child, what I reveal in the next part will explain exactly what this miracle is, why it carries such urgency, and what changes you will feel in the next 7 days. My child, my beloved, open your heart now. Because what I am about to reveal is the very reason the heavens rushed this message to you. It is the reason you felt that sudden pull in your spirit. It is the reason God said, "Stop immediately. You have only 10 seconds left." Beloved, your life is standing at the beginning of a divine shift so powerful that heaven could no longer stay silent. The miracle approaching you is not ordinary. It is not symbolic, and it is not something that comes and fades. This is a turning point miracle, the kind that redirects the entire story of your life. My child, listen very closely. God is preparing to release 3 blessings at once, all connected, all destined, and all one. A financial shift that removes years of burden in a single moment. 2, a relationship or connection realigned by divine timing. Someone meant to walk with you, not against you. 3, a spiritual awakening that will sharpen your intuition and reveal truths hidden from you until now. Your heart wasn't ready, and your environment wasn't aligned. But now your path is clear. Heaven has opened the gates. My beloved, the financial blessing coming is not small. It is not a temporary relief. It is a release, a movement, and a divine unlocking. Heaven showed me a vision of something that has your name carved into it. Something withheld, stored, and protected. Something that was delayed but never denied. This is why you felt stuck. This is why progress felt slow. This is why nothing matched the effort you were giving. And beloved, they are gone now. Even if you still see them in your life, their spiritual influence has been disconnected. Their ability to drain you has been neutralized. Their power over your path has been broken. This is why You may feel lighter today, why your mind feels clearer, and why you are beginning to regain your strength. It is because heaven has restored what was being taken from you. My child, there is also a divine relationship shift coming. Someone meant for your next chapter is being guided toward you. Someone whose presence will elevate you, not drain you. Someone who sees you in ways others fail to see you. Someone who brings clarity, not confusion. This person has been delayed, not because of anything you did, but because heaven was preparing the right version of them to meet the right version of you. Two timelines are aligning, two destinies are merging, and two spirits are awakening at the same time. It will replace the emotional exhaustion you've been carrying. It will show you why every past connection failed, because they were chapters, and this one is purpose. But beloved, the most powerful shift is the third one. Your spiritual awakening. Your intuition is about to sharpen. Your dreams will become clearer, and your inner voice will become louder. Their ability to drain you has been neutralized. Their power over your path has been broken. This is why you may feel lighter today, why your mind feels clearer, and why you are beginning to regain your strength. It is because heaven has restored what was being taken from you. My child, there is also a divine relationship shift coming. Someone meant for your next chapter is being guided toward you. Someone whose presence will elevate you, not drain you. Someone who sees you in ways others fail to see you. Someone who brings clarity, not confusion. This person has been delayed, not because of anything you did, but because heaven was preparing the right version of them to meet the right version of you. Two timelines are aligning, two destinies are merging, and two spirits are awakening at the same time. It will replace the emotional exhaustion you've been carrying. It will show you why every past connection failed, because they were chapters. And this one is purpose. But beloved, the most powerful shift is the third one. Your spiritual awakening. Your intuition is about to sharpen. Your dreams will become clearer, and your inner voice will become louder. Your discernment will strengthen until you cannot be deceived again. This awakening is heaven's gift to you. A new spiritual armor, a new sensitivity to divine signs, a new vision for what's coming at the same time. And before they do, I must prepare you for this. You will feel a sudden shift within the next 72 hours. A sign, an unexpected message, a dream, a repeated number, or a sudden change in energy. Do not ignore it. This will be heaven's confirmation that your triple blessing has begun. But before I reveal what you must do to fully receive this miracle, I need to remind you again. Subscribe, beloved. You cannot afford to miss the next divine instruction. Your life is too close to breakthrough. Your spirit is too open and your path is too sensitive. Now, my child, prepare yourself. What I reveal next is the final key, the action heaven requires from you before the miracle manifests, my child, my beloved. Now that heaven has revealed the blessings prepared for you, the financial shift, the destiny-aligned connection, and the spiritual awakening. There is one more truth you must understand before these miracles can fully enter your life. Beloved, every divine miracle requires a response from the one receiving it. Not a grand action, not a sacrifice, not a dramatic gesture, a spiritual response, a shift of intention, a change of direction inside your heart. Because miracles do not land on confusion. They land on clarity. They land on readiness. And they land where faith is stronger than fear. My child, God is ready to release the blessing. Heaven is prepared. Your path is clear. The interference has ended. The delay has been lifted. The timing is now. But there is something heaven needs from you. You must let go of what God has already removed. Old memories that break your peace. Old fears that block your growth. Old habits that dim your light. This next chapter requires a lighter heart, a clear mind, a healed spirit, a focused path. My child, listen carefully. The reason God said you had 10 seconds left was because you were standing between two timelines. One where you cling to what is familiar and lose the miracle, and one where you released what no longer serves you, and receive everything heaven has prepared. You chose correctly, beloved. You opened this message. You aligned with the divine timeline. You responded to heaven's call. And now, heaven needs one more thing from you. Do not return to what God rescued you from. It might feel tempting. It might feel familiar. It might feel comfortable. But familiarity is not destiny. Comfort is not calling. And the past is not your future. Beloved, your heart has evolved beyond people who stayed the same. Your soul is no longer aligned with the version of you that once accepted less than you deserved. That is why people began to fall away, why doors closed without warning, and why certain situations ended before you understood the reason. It was not loss, my child. It was liberation. Heaven removed those things because your blessing needs emotional and spiritual space to land. What is coming cannot enter a life still crowded with what drained you, confused you, or kept you tied to old pain. God is clearing the atmosphere so the miracle can arrive without resistance. My child, let me tell you what I see around you now. Angels are arranging events in your favor, and paths that were once blocked are beginning to open. Your name is being lifted in places you have not entered, and people you do not know are being moved to remember you. Your energy is rising, your intuition is awakening, and your destiny is being activated again. You are stepping into the version of yourself you prayed for, cried for, and waited to become. The old weight is leaving because the new assignment requires freedom. Beloved, the coming moments will not feel ordinary. You will begin noticing signs in places you usually overlook, and sudden clarity may come when you least expect it. Dreams may reveal hidden truths. People may act differently around you, and unexpected opportunities may appear. Do not call these things coincidence. They are confirmations that heaven is already moving. God is showing you that the shift has begun, even before the full miracle becomes visible in your natural life. But there is one more truth you must hear before the blessing fully appears. You cannot enter your promised season with the same mindset that only knew how to survive battles. The version of you that fought, endured, and protected your heart was necessary. But it is not the version that will carry the overflow. Your old self protected you with strength, courage, and faith. But your new self will elevate you with peace, wisdom, and alignment. This is the transformation heaven has been preparing within you all along. Beloved, before I reveal what you must do within this sacred window to fully align with the miracle, I must remind you to stay connected. Heaven speaks through appointed moments, and messages like this do not arrive without purpose. Do not miss the next instruction meant for your spirit. The spiritual timing is too precise for you to disconnect now. This is not the hour to drift back into fear or distraction. This is the hour to listen closely, gather your strength, and prepare your heart. Now, my child, steady yourself, because the next part will reveal the exact action heaven needs from you. It will show why the warning came with such urgency, and it will help you understand how your life will shift once you take the final step.